Yeah, I'll try to let like 2 to 3 more minutes go by before yeah, we kick this thing off. Kick it off, kick it off, kick it off.
Yo, what up with everybody?
What's good, man? Tommy had his mic on.
Oh yeah, how you guys doing?
And doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Been better, been worse, right?
On the couch looking.
Shit, not too good. Not too good. I ain't gonna lie to you boys.
Ooh. Yeah. See, that's one of the things we're gonna address on this little talk.
Yeah, I think well, so I'm in a little bit of a predicament with this some stuff that happened today or like the past couple days. So got really fucking unlucky and I have to replace my septic tank at my house, and that bitch is like 20 bands.
Ooh.
And so I have one account left, but it's like insanely close, like insanely close to being blown. So like I'm honestly just taking a break for a while. Like not for like, I'm not like giving up, but like I think I just gotta figure this shit out.
Yeah, 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 for sure, for sure. Yeah. I mean, man, I had well, I replaced a few septic tanks in my lifetime. They're not fun, as far as digging out and then also, getting a new tank in there. Yeah, it's just not fun. But, like I said, on the
Yeah,
homeowner side, it's super expensive.
we're supposed to have Thanksgiving at our house tomorrow, and yesterday it started backing up into the house.
Mm.
So yeah, so I went and had to rent an auger to like try to clean it out, and that didn't do anything. So then I was like, fuck. And then I guess I didn't even know this until I started messing with it. But the people I bought the house from, there was never a septic access installed. So I basically like poked around my fucking yard for like 3 hours last night trying to find a septic access, and it ended up being like 3.5 foot down. So I dug a 3.5 by 4 foot hole in the ground to try to find it. And so I eventually did find it, and then I thank God the company was able to come out and pump it today. But it's like a big concrete box, and one of the walls is caved in, and there's like a tree growing into it.
Yeah,
They,
yeah,
they were
that
like,
yeah,
they were
that
like,
that
it'll
happens
work
all
out
the time.
perfect, but you got to get this shit replaced. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, okay, let's see how much this is. And they're like, it's going to be like roughly 20 grand if we hire somebody else to do it. And
Uh,
and then I was like,
I mean,
damn. And I was like, okay, but like,
how big is
yeah,
so I might can save you a little
1,000
bit
gallons,
money. It's 1,000. Okay, so
a
what
thousand gallons. Yeah.
I would say, depending on where you're at, if do you own your own land that the house is on?
So I own the house, own the land,
Okay,
and there's no
so
building code where we're at, so I can
yeah, that's
install
what
it
I was
myself. I
gonna
just got to
say.
figure out how to
So
do it.
yeah, go to Home Depot. They sell, 1,000 gallons. I can't remember what type of price. I mean, it's pricey, but it's not $20,000 worth. So, I don't know if you can
Right.
rent maybe something like a backhoe. Like that's what we always would
Yeah.
use, a
So yeah.
backhoe.
So good part is a lot of my friends are like real big into that stuff. My buddy owns a Bobcat and a big excavator thing
Yep.
for his concrete company. So I'm just gonna pay him or borrow his stuff, hopefully, or I don't know, pay him in beer and pizza or some shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Being pizza works, man. So yeah, that's what I would say for you to for you to do. Hey, replace that shit yourself, for the most part. And then, just make sure everything, is up to code. And yeah, that way again, you're not forking out $20,000. You might be all in, I don't know, with
Oh shit.
diesel or whatnot, maybe like two, so
Yeah, two and a lot of work.
yeah. I mean, you're definitely going to cut those roots, because what happened
Oh yeah, for
eventually
sure.
happened, let's say 8 years later. So, yeah, you're going to get, rid of those roots, number one. But yeah, anytime, those old, retainer walls and the septic tanks, man, yeah, it always happens. You're going to get some type of root growth in there and end up ultimately, caving in, those walls. So, yeah, yeah, I'm
Yeah, so I
glad that
think
you
the
can.
plan as far as like I think I'm gonna probably try to do that. It'll just take a little bit, and then as far as trading goes, I think I'm just gonna since I mean like not that I want to just give up on the account, but like it's like low key not even worth like redoing it. Like it'd probably just be easier for me to reset it and then take a new stab at it. But I'm kind of thinking I'm gonna just trade on demo for a while because I can't seem to figure out what the fuck I'm doing wrong with the whole mindset thing. Because it's like I can hit the big days perfectly fine, and it's like it's no sweat. I mean, you guys have seen me posted my some of my setups. Like they're good. I don't know what the fucking deal is. It's like I think it's because it's bigger numbers. I'm accepting bigger drawdown, and then it's like you're like instead of being like 30 trades away from blowing the account, it's like 3 trades away. So I think I just got to figure that part out and you know treat it like it's real money.
Yeah. Well, again, that's one of the things that we are going to cover in this little, excuse me, shit. God damn. Yeah, yeah. That's one of the things that we are going to cover in this, little sit down that we're going to talk. Like I said, I'm going to talk a little spicy, for some people.
Hey, yeah, I
But
need
it's much
people.
needed. It's
This
like
is what I feel like I need.
it's like we're trying to. I explained it to Watertown today. It's like we're trying to go to the Super Bowl, right? We're halfway in the season. I don't know. We're 4-6. I know like last season, we were right there to win it. And if we don't change something right now, we're going to be in Cancun, not even seeing the playoffs. So we're trying to win the Super Bowl. So right now, I see in the group a whole bunch of self-sabotaging. Too much. It's darn near making me sick. And it's one of those things when we talked about it in the town hall, the first meeting before anybody paid any money, right? The goal of this program was to get you guys to be consistently profitable. And when we started out, that number was $150 a day. Now, because we went the TFD route, that dollar amount, we stretched it to 180 just to get people past in 10 days. But I honestly, after me and Watertown was talking about it today, I honestly wish we would have just left it at 12 days because 12 days would have had you around like $145, right at the $150 mark.
Thank you.
So with what
Thank
we've
you.
been doing with HPS, it's one of those things where, yeah, I think those bigger numbers, I know this shit seems easy. I know people can get on Twitter. I know people can get on YouTube. You get on here, you see us hitting 180, a few days, and hey, I can do this on my own. And then people go off and do it on their own. Whatever, whatever is going on in their situation to make them go off script to do it on their own, that's fine in all regards. But when you are paying for a service to see somebody screen who not only does this, but can talk you through the trades or even set you up for good trades. Well, at that point, I feel like my time is being wasted. Sometimes we're on 3+ hours, 4 hours, 2 hours. I'm really trying to pour into you guys the ingredients to be successful in day trading. And again, some people are breaking bad. For what reasons, I have no idea. But I just know if I was in one of you guys' situations, I'm there to see that screen. If I ain't there to see the screen and the mentor is sending out a signal, I'm there to take that signal. I'm going to take his same trades so that at the end of all of this, if this guy has straight green on his calendar, I too should have straight green on my calendar. If I can't be there for the Zoom that day, I just don't trade.
Yeah.
What's a few more days of having to trade and still having your accounts versus having to start over and then be like,
Facts.
I don't know why this is not working? Well, you answered the question yourself because you're not doing what everybody else is doing. The smart people are waiting. Like I said, I can get you guys to the water, but I can't make you drink. So if you're showing up for the Zoom, I'm going to take you to the water every single day. Now, whether that's you getting out, cupping, you're drinking your hand, the water, drinking it yourself, that's on you. But at least I brung you there.
Right.
Even the days that we lose, right? Like yesterday, I said it before I sent the signal. I said, hey, we're 30 minutes too late on this trade. In trading, what you guys will see in the alpha course, I break down the three things that are essential in trading. Timing is one of them. Risk management is another. Strategy is a third one. So if you have all three of those in conjunction, then you should be successful at trading. Yesterday, the
Yeah,
timing was off.
I let myself get too like into the weeds, you know, and
Yeah.
then like I'd be forgetting shit like while I'm like actively doing it.
Yeah. No, you don't. The thing that makes trading hard, this is what makes everything hard. Hell, it's not even just trading related. Being under pressure. The human brain is not wired to be under pressure. We're fight or flight. That's how we've been since the beginning of time. Something scares us, those hairs on our neck go up, goosebumps. You stop digesting food. Your nervous system, starts to quicken. I'm thinking about survival now. I don't need to be digesting this food I just ate. I need to be able to run out of here or fight for my life. Trading is no different. When we're in those trades, we already want to know number one, where's our TP? Where's our stop loss if we're wrong? Where's going to be our entry? Tonight was a prime example of what I said. Hey, this is where I want to have my TP at. This is where I want to enter. I would have liked to enter up here, but hey, I'm late. I'm going to pay for that. I know that before I enter the trade. I'm late. I'm going to pay. I'm not getting in the trade and then, oh, what do I do now? Bored, I click a button. Yesterday, last night, I said
Right.
before I entered the trade, hey, we're 30 minutes too late. We're actually late on this trade. And as soon as we got in the trade, it hit the VWAP. VWAP did what VWAP was supposed to do. VWAP pushed it up along with the red folder news that came up. It was like three folders. At that point, I said, okay, it's hitting that stop. It's about to hit that stop. Now, me being experienced, I know, hey, I'm only in at two contracts, so I can throw eight on this contract. This is a level where it should reject, and that was the top of the stop loss that I had. I threw those contracts on, got out. I could have held down the TP because I think TP where it would have been at would have been like $400 with 10 contracts. But I didn't want to cheat the system because I know some of you guys have not got through the course yet to be able to throw on contracts. So what I did was I got back break even. I had my stuff on break even, like $8 in profit, something like that. I then, for the next play, did not cherry pick, meaning I didn't just say, oh, well, here's $180 because I'm flat. I take this 180. No, I did the 180 plus 200 if somebody lost in the previous trade. And that trade netted $400. If people would have been patient, jumped in the trade, and just let it work itself out, it did over 400 something plus dollars, probably 480 or something like that, before it finally reversed back down. But again, the proof was in the pudding before we took the trade. I said it, and that's why I was retagging what I previously said. Our entries, guys, we need to start looking at our entries. Why are we taking this trade? Thinking about why are we taking this trade? If the mentor sends it, if somebody from HPS team sends the trade, don't think about it, get in. They're looking at something from a viewpoint of, hey, we're experienced. I don't, everything is here, everything is here, everything is already thought about from our viewpoint. You guys don't have to do any thinking. Like literally, if you're just pulling up to this Zoom every single day, guess what? You don't have to think. You can be a knot on the log. It's no reason why everybody calendar isn't straight green. It's no reason. If you are following us, Simon says, Simon does. Monkey see, monkey do. Well, you're going to go as far as we're going. And so far, HPS is still green every single day, still green. Some of you guys are not still green. And that's because people are trading on their own, which again, I don't understand it. And you guys are paying roughly, I mean, some people paid the full amount, some people paid the monthly payments. That's $500+ that you guys have gave HPS University. And you guys don't even realize you're not using the most important thing in this whole trading world. That's being able to see an experienced trader screen. I'm telling you this right now, guys. Ask some of the previous members. Ask some of the previous members. Like I said before, even in the course, hey, this screen isn't always going to be here. The screen, being able to see my screen, is the most important thing in the world right now for you guys. You can ask anybody who's a legacy member in the chat, hey, do you wish you could see Vegas screen trading every day? They would say yes. They would tell you that quick. And you don't appreciate it until it's gone. If I got a guy who can consistently bring in $30,000 or $40,000 per month, and he's gonna let me copy all his trades, his same entries, his same exits. I'm not gonna take advantage of that to see $20,000 to $30,000 myself. I don't have to think about what's on the test. He's handing me the answers to the test. And some people are not taking advantage of that shit. Like, this shit is blowing my mind, like, to the point where I talked with the team. It's like, yo, like, should this be the last class? I already told you guys, like, I don't make enough straight up teaching. Hell, there's only like 5 members in here right now. I don't make enough just time consumption, like how much time this takes out my day. Because I can easily get in punch punch. And again, I know a lot of you guys don't know what punch punch means. But I can get in and get $150, $180. Like, that's nothing to me. Like, that's why I said, like, when it comes to me helping you guys make $180 a day, hell, even 200, hell, even $500 a day, that's simple. But the thing is, we're not trying to get you guys to that point yet. We're trying to build discipline. That's what the $150 is there for. Hey, I'm disciplined to show up to the stream. I'm disciplined to read the Candlestick Bible over and over and over. I'm disciplined to watch the Alpha and the Omega course. I'm disciplined to do that. I'm disciplined to show up at Zoom. Hey, if Vegas isn't on, if Detroit isn't on, if Watertown isn't on, I'm disciplined enough to wait. Hell, if I know it's 2 hours that we usually have where we meet, hey guys, I waited all night. Even though nothing was said, like, hey, like, is anybody gonna do anything? But I had the discipline to wait. The bus just didn't, it just didn't come to take us to the water. But I was there. I was at the bus stop. For whatever, reasons might be. It just did not come. Like I said, guys, I love teaching. I love trading. But what I don't love and what really grinds my gears, like, I'm a very patient person. But what really grinds my gears is when I see people taking stuff for, granted. Not only wasting their time, wasting your money. For some people, if you guys are not following the program, I'm going to be as brutally honest as possible right now. You were very much better off never have touched trading at all. Yes, some people might have got the education, but guess what? You're behind financially because you're spending money on trading accounts. You have spent money on education. So I could even say, like, yeah, well, technically you're smarter now, but you're further behind the 8 ball financially. If you were not going to do what's been outlined in the guidelines, been showed on the Zoom every single night, like, why are you here? Like, really, why are you here? This is nothing more than a glorified gamblers. I don't know, fallacy. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? And if you know you're not a person, being directed at this, I mean, it's no different than the movie Coach Carter. Like, if anybody played any sports, somebody breaks the rules, guess what? The whole team gets in trouble. Everybody has their own suicides. But hopefully you're learning, hey, like, I don't want to end up like that. Oh, I don't want to be worse off than, if I never had found trading. Again, guys, I'm telling you guys exactly what happens. I've seen it happen. I've been teaching a long time. I've been trading even longer. I've seen people come into the game, and leave with nothing. I've seen it. I've seen people have to lose everything from trading. And that's the thing you hear everybody, calmly say, hey, I'm at the point where I wish I never touched trading. Now, you guys' overhead is very low compared to some of those guys. It's people who lost hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars. People lost their lives over this shit. The social media stuff, what we're seeing, like, this shit isn't real. For every person that you see hit $10,000 in a day, tell them to show you all the accounts that they ever bought. Tell them to show you the accounts that they're buying every single day. you know, are they gamifying the system? Or are they keeping one singular account? Are they on a live account? Or are they just demo? Like, that's the thing about this whole social media game. Yes, I appreciate everybody saying, hey, like, I appreciate you, showing us live and whatnot. Like, we could be way bigger. If I was just on YouTube trading live every single day, a specific time, hey guys, like, hey, use my affiliate code. We're trading 20 apexes. I could do that all day. But I don't want to do that all day because again, it instills bad habits. Yes, I can be compensated financially because of that, but I don't want to feel bad at the end of the day for doing some shit like that. That's why I'd rather teach you guys how to fish versus handing you a fish a day. That's why you guys got the bonus alpha course and the omega course. You got both of those for free. That's $4,500 of value. You got it for free. And you guys are not even doing what you're supposed to be doing, most of you. That's the stuff that's grinding my gear because if you paid $3,000, like some of the legacy members did, you wouldn't be bullshitting around. I'm 100% sure you wouldn't be bullshitting around. $500, as big of a loss as it is, you could take that on the chin and just do whatever. But 3,000? Yeah, no, 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 no. You're making sure that you pay attention. You're going to be after me. Hey, if I'm not showing up on Zoom, hey, where's this guy at? Did I just get scammed? What's different from us compared to what's different from a lot of these people? TGR, I don't know if this guy trades live. I was just watching the other day. In my free time, I told you guys what I like to do. I like to watch stuff about trading. That's why I posted all the movies, all the TV shows, because that's what I do. I was watching a YouTube excerpt of this guy who I always be seeing on YouTube be showing up. He's the guy who created TradeZilla. How he says, I don't trade live. Anybody can say, oh, I made $7 million today. Well, do you have proof of you doing it? Do you have Zoom recorded? Like, do you have a flock of students, a flock of mentees who have seen this shit? It's one thing to be hidden behind a paywall, but other people can vouch for the story. The story of the Loch Ness Monster, if nobody never seen that shit for real, like, it's nothing more than a fable. Versus people actually seeing this stuff. We're actually trading live. Like these guys, they're not trading live, guys. They're not. And if they're doing signals, their signals not hitting every single day where number one, you're finishing green. It's just not happening. And I just don't want you guys to think, hey, I have a perfect trading track record. I don't. Tick Killer is on. Watertown is on. They can vouch. We lose. We're human. You're going to lose. But the thing is, we're losing chasing big profit. If I just want to make $200 every single fucking day on every single one of my accounts, I can do that shit in my sleep. I don't even have to be right for the most part. I can just jump in a trade, jump out of trade. Like I really could do that because I know how to pimp the market to my best well-being. I know how to do that because I got my mechanics down packed. A lot of you guys don't have your mechanics down packed. So if you feel the itch to trade, you shouldn't be trading number one on your funded accounts. No, that's what the practice account is there for. I seen New York posted today that she was trading on her practice account. Kudos. I salute it. That's what I like to see. But trading on your funded off stream? Oh no, sir. No, sir. It's one thing if you trading on some other shit. But them TFDs, oh, leave them alone. Or leave them alone. And in the case now, which we're pushing people on Top Step, leave them Top Step accounts alone. Or at least have where if I did have the ability to trade five, hey, I'm going to copy trade four of them, but one of these accounts I'm going to trade on stream. I might risk these other four accounts, but hey, one of these accounts is going to see the light of day. Because I know Vegas, Watertown, Detroit, they're going to put me in some great situations to be successful. An even smarter person would just trade all of them on stream for the service that you were paying for. Now, again, this service is month to month. It's not one of those things where, again, I mean, some people have paid the full amount up front, but those people are locked in for 2 months. They see the vision. But if you're a person who lets it out, again, trading isn't for everybody. You're one of those people. I don't feel like paying 500. Well, I got the course. You can run off. You have my blessings to run off. And I said this before, like with the team. Hey, like this is one of the things. People pay right now. Somebody could definitely pay and run off. That's one of the biggest things. Watertown, am I lying? Did I not say that? But Detroit said, hey, man, you need to trust people, man. You need to trust. I said, man, but that's $4,500 worth of IP. Again, we're looking for people to do the right thing, but that doesn't mean people are going to do the right thing. I'm looking for people to be disciplined and not trade if they're not on stream. But I see that has been broken countless times. I see people going for $1,500 in the day. However, that may have happened. I see people going for $600 consistently per day. However, that may happen. Um, that's not what HPSU is here for. Now, for some people, if I know your profit target is bigger, yes, we have had that conversation. Hey, yeah, instead of going for the six, double up, you know, go double. If we're going for 150, go for 300. You have the buffer to do that. I've seen some people also say, hey, are we upping the ante for trading? No, we still should be doing the 150, 180. Now, again, what you do on your own, that's on you. If you see the trade, you feel confident in what you have seen over this 3 to 4 week period, you trust the analysis, you want to double the size on the contracts, to get more profit, that's on you. But the only thing HPS is going to be able to show at the end of the month is a full calendar worth of green, 180 bucks, 150 bucks. So in your time of you going for more and you get screwed over, then you have nobody to blame but yourself because HPS has been getting this 180, 150 every single day. Again, you guys will not appreciate. I'm telling you, you will not appreciate seeing this trading screen. You will not appreciate it until it's gone. And you're out in New York, you're out in Asia fighting with the lions, the tigers, the bears. Oh my, for your life. Nothing is more, demeaning than having to need a payout, wanting a payout, and you just can't hit the side of the barn with a shotgun, no matter which way you slice it. It seems like every trade that you have taken would have been better if you would have did the opposite of what your initial thought said. And then before you know it, hey, I'm $2,000 down on accounts that I bought when I could have just paid the 500 and, just stuck around and did what everybody else was doing. I don't know if people understand this, like I said, when we were talking in the town hall, the biggest marketing that we could ever do at HPS University is word of mouth. Watertown is here because of Tick Killer. That's how he got here. David got here because of Josh. Semino got here because of Stead. It's so many people who, once they see the motion and understand, hey, you're making money, I want to be able to do that too. But if you're not making no money, how can your friend honestly say, hey, oh, I'm going to spend $1,000? Actually, go spend more than that because you got pie accounts. I'm going to spend $2,000 to learn this skill when they see you yourself not making money. But why are you yourself not making money? Because you're not disciplined to do what everybody else is doing. It's some people here who have cash accounts who are running it up, like legit running it up. And I know some people don't have the pockets of some other people in the group. So you can't even try to compare what somebody else in the group is doing when your starting chips are not the same. There's some people who can take a $10,000 loss at trading and wipe it off. That's nothing. Some people can't take $1,000, loss and wipe it off. So that's why I said keeping the blinders on. If you can keep the blinders on in this shit, you're not going to get caught up in what everybody else is doing, aka social media, TikTok, Twitter. Um, what else we got? YouTube, Instagram, hell, Telegram, uh, WhatsApp. Like you're not going to get caught up in that shit because hey, I understand that. Yes, it's possible to make $1 million a day in trading. It's possible to make $400 million worth of income in trading. Hell, I don't know if people have watched what I posted about Sis, the death, Black Death in Japan, the most notorious day trader ever, retail. That's what we are. We're retail day traders. The story of I'm about to call him NFP. Jesus. Oh, what's his name? Oh, what's his name? Jesus. Dang, boy. Oh, I done forgot old boy name. Oh, BNF. That's it. Everybody's not going to be like those guys again, making millions and millions upon dollars from trading. It is definitely inspiring to look at. I don't know if anybody even had time to watch those videos. Has anybody watched the videos here? They're YouTubes. The stuff that we're posting isn't just to be posting. It's to actually go through, understand that, hey, like Vegas watched this shit. So I need to watch this shit. And maybe I can think like him. I already got the course. Now I just need to do what he does. It's like somebody becoming a celebrity, right? The first thing that they do, oh, who was the girl that Drake was with? Yeah, I want her. Who is the girl Chris Brown was with? Oh, yeah, yeah, I want her. And before you know it, everybody is trying to get, I don't know, I'm just thinking, throwing out a name. Kim Kardashian, you know. Next thing, somebody's trying to get, what's her name? Amber Rose. Like, people are chasing those people because successful people have had stuff like that, you know? And they feel like, hey, if I get that, then I'm just as equal as the next person who had that. So this is my information. This is how my mind is working. I'm giving you guys the shows that I have watched, the books that I have read, the YouTubes that I'm just watching. I'm not watching this shit for my help. I'm watching this shit because this ultimately does something for me as a trader. And some of you guys need to be watching and consuming this same shit. Like, you guys have to be able to sacrifice some stuff. Whether that's, I don't know, watching Real Housewives of Atlanta, keeping up with the Kardashians, on Hulu. I think they still going on there. Baddies on Zeus. Baddies on Zeus. All this stuff. Like, throw that shit out. We don't got no time for that shit. You got to make time for the stuff that is eventually going to pay off dividends in the long run. Like, you guys don't have to give me I always say this. You don't have to give me a dime when it comes to trading, but again, you need to know the correct path to get there. I heard Mr. Ross said that he's gonna take some time off the demo trade. I clap that up. I salute that because you know what you need to do. Sometimes you definitely have to have where you step back. The game can't be played forever, especially incorrectly. But you got to know yourself. That's the number one thing. You got to know yourself. A man or a woman who knows themselves, it's very dangerous. Very dangerous. And like I said, trading isn't for everybody. That doesn't mean you have to quit, but sometimes you have to restructure. I got to approach this thing way differently. I got to do a little bit more studying. Maybe I didn't get through the courses. Which again, I know a lot of people haven't got through the course. And I don't know if you guys know this, but because I own the YouTube, I can see where people are watching the course content from. I generally know where majority of you guys stay at also, region wise. So if I see that in Atlanta, there's not been many watch hours coming in off of that. Well, guess what? If Henry stays in Atlanta, put two and two together. Two plus two makes four, not six. Henry isn't watching the course. I don't know if people didn't know that. But yes, so when I'm asking people, hey, are you watching the course? And people are lying to me in my face. You're not fooling nobody. You might think you're fooling me. I just don't speak on it. At the end of the day, like I have always said, the person who comes, I know they're working. I know they're getting in the info. I know that they're rereading the books. I can understand in the dialogue that we have when we share conversations. I can see it. Iron sharpens iron. If you're super, if you're dull, there's a reason for that. I want, like I said, this to sink in while you are on the break. Again, we are coming up at another month of renewal. Like literally, what is it? Where we at? The 26th? Shit. In like 4 days, there will be renewals for a lot of you guys with that 500. It'll have to be paid again if you didn't pay the full price up front. Again, this stuff is done on subscription. If you need to cancel, you can cancel. That's why this thing again was available for people. Number one, the payments were there for people who, like I said, could not afford to do the full 1K. You know, I wanted to be able to show you guys the results before they happened, while they were happening. So you would feel proud to pay, like Nipsey would say, proud to pay. I got the CD for $100, but I'm gonna put so much content on this, you're gonna be proud to pay that $100 versus where people were selling it for $9.99. You know, I can tell, guys. I can tell who is doing the work, who isn't. And again, if you guys did not know about that trick on the YouTube, you know now. So when I be asking, yeah, just think about those conversations. Does anybody have any questions? I want to give the floor to all of you guys. I'll let the legacy members speak. Hell, they'll tell you about what it feels like not being able to see the trading screen. It's one of those things, again, you won't miss it until it's gone. But yeah, I yield the floor.
I was just gonna say I appreciate the, like I know being honest. I don't like when people sugarcoat shit. Like I'm not saying this is specifically me or anybody else in here, but you know, I mean, it's got to be some of us, right, for it to be being said. So it's so I like the upfront shit. I like when people call me out on my stuff.
Appreciate it. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Um, the screen, everybody hear me?
Yep.
Cool. Um, the screen sharing, guys, like you said, we made this analogy earlier. It's like sharing the screen is getting the answers to the test. And the course is the study guide. So, I mean, you can go off the study guide for your test, but why have to go through have to have a study guide when you're getting the answers every night in slow markets to just do exactly what's being shown on the screen? The screen is where you don't have to think. There's no thinking involved. Do what the screen says, get these accounts passed, learn how to trade, on your practice account using the course. So your practice account and the course is where you learn and where you take those trades. Like a couple of the first nights I asked, like, anybody finish? Nobody gonna trade? I'm not gonna get off. Because during that time where you're just watching the screen, my TPs, get on your practice, have the course out. Even in New York, if you want to be in New York, have the course out. And you see those Bollinger Band trades, you see the VWAP, you see the 200 trade, click the button. Put your stop on, put your TP, click the button, see what happens. It don't matter, it's a practice account, but you are getting your man hours in that way. And then you know what? At nighttime, you come to the Zoom call and just take the exact same trade you see on the screen and you get your account back. So the screen was just to pass you guys' account in less than or in, it's supposed to be in top scale rules in 20 days, 20 trading days, $150 a day. That's $3K at the end of the month before your renewal. You pass your account and now there's no activation. So after those 20 days, you don't even have to pay a $150. You straight up activate and you are on funded accounts 5, I would say 5, because I'm just going to do $150 a day. I'm not going to make $150 every day with $2,000 buck. I know I could do it with a $500 buck, honestly. If I want to be real about it. I did it with a $1,000 buck. So it's using that screen to be on there with the experienced trader, the mentor. the person who was over HPS and just do exactly what's shown on the screen. And I would not trade off screen on my combines or on my funding account until that screen is gone. But then it's no sweat because this whole time while you was getting your free money on using the Zoom, you've been getting your practice account, going through the course, trading off Bollinger Bands, trading. And the great thing about it, and what people say about journaling, Detroit was here. The thing about journaling is losses are still good. Losses, and you journaling it, it lets you know what happened. Okay, out of these 10 trades, I traded out the Bollinger Band, and 3 of them didn't work. 3 of them didn't work, and 7 of them did. Or vice versa. 7 of them didn't work, 3 of them did. If my stop loss is less than my TP, I ended up out of 10 trades, I made more money than I lost. So the journaling. So when you're trading on your practice account, journal. What happened. The day of this day, it was like I was telling Bree about it, that when what gold was doing was it was consolidating, it was ranging. So that bounce off the 200 wasn't it. It was going through it, going to the range, going through it, going to the other way. So you could have been trading, to the 200. And what are you trading the 200 off of? The Bollinger Bands. So I'm using the Bollinger Bands because I identified that GC is in a range. So I'm looking forward to get away from the Bollinger Band, get away from the 200, and then I'm going to use the Bollinger Band to trade it back down to the 200. But that's just market recognition. I think that's in the course as well. So that's why I asked them questions. I wasn't, being, rude or anything. That's why I was just asking you, Polly. Like, so, if you're seeing that, what would your criteria be? Bollinger Band VWAP trades. And then you're seeing it like, oh, okay, yeah. So now once I look at it, I see those circles that you draw. Oh, that's at the top of the Bollinger Band. I should sell off the top of the Bollinger Band, and I see what the market is doing. It's consolidating, so I can trade it to the 200 or through the 200. So it's just putting all those pieces together. So that's what you do on your practice account. Because at the end of the day, if you would have traded those circles on your practice account, Molly, you had nothing to risk, nothing to lose, and you would have seen what was happening. You would have seen that was a successful trade. You would have seen that you identified what was going on in the market, and you took trades based off of that. So that's what that time off stream is for, their practice accounts. Or if you got the bread, buy you more combines somewhere else and trade those other combines. I don't know what anybody's pockets look like. But I know I wouldn't be trading none of my accounts that I pay money for that screen is on. I've been there. I've witnessed it. Killer, he witnessed it too. We've had traders that when that screen was on and they did not appreciate it. Me and Vegas had a talk. I said, you know what, Vegas? Take that screen away.
Yeah.
I said, take it away. I said, I'll bet you they'll appreciate it. You know what? Okay. Then he stopped showing the terminal. Start showing trading view. He go to markups. But when that screen was not there, people did not succeed as easy as they would if they seen the trade. Because what happens is if I see him in a trade, I'm confident. So it adds to another level of confidence. And we say, I think when we're on that, hey, it's my profits. Because I don't have to hold this trade that Vegas is holding, but it sold me $50. $50 is good for me. I'll take that $50 and I'll keep watching. And then consolidate and come back to another level. I get back in my trade and another $50. I take my $50. So you don't have to be robotic and just sitting in that trade. But the thing about it, if he's not losing, you're not losing if you do exactly what he does. But you can still secure profits. I'm big about securing profits. When the trade going profit, drop the stop in profit, you can't lose trade.
Yeah, free trade.
You can't lose. There's no lose. Free trade. You do not lose the trade. If it come back up and hit your stop and profit, guess what it's going to do? It's going to keep going against you. Guess what? You're not in that trade.
Yeah.
Vegas might still be in that trade. When it's up higher, he's still in that short. I'm back in that short, even higher than you. Guess what, Vegas? I got a better entry than you. I'm about to get my bread before you.
Exactly.
So, you just got to be smart when it comes down to those things about profit secured as well. But you don't even have that when you trade off screen. So that's what we're saying now. It's like, a lot of things have been happening off Zoom that could have been avoided by being disciplined and said, oh man, I can't make the Zoom tonight. Well, guess what? I don't trade. So I'll be there tomorrow night. And then tomorrow night you get on there and you get your profit. The thing about slowing everything down and the beauty about TFD was you can do the minimum and pass in 10 days or 12. I wouldn't even move past 12. $150 a day for 12 days, you pass. That's less than a month. If I miss a class, I still fall under 20 trading days. That's still less than a month. I still have a rebuild coming up. So if you look at 20 days to pass, then you're fine. You're golden. And then if you have any issues where you want to trade or if you need more profit, you have those conversations with a team member or a coach or with Vegas himself. Hit him up like, hey, I need to put overtime in on these top step accounts. Okay, well, this is what you need to do. If I'm in the trade with 2, you need to be in with 4 to double. Whatever I'm in, you need to double it. That's why you have him here. And I always ask people when I get on, nobody got no questions about, well, hey, what we here for? But that's what the question is for. That's what the Discord is for. Hey, in the Discord, hey, 150, but I need to pass this, da 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 da. What should I do? You ask the mentor. And he'll let you know, hey, I'm going for 150. So if you're going to see 300, you need to double everything I do. Or you need to wait. You need to get in a better entry. Like it's conversation that can be had. And that's the thing about it is I said anytime, like if you plan on trading in out of stream, like at least get in Discord and ask some questions. Like, hey, anybody trading? Anybody looking at the charts? I can tell you one thing, because everybody got their phone in their hand. At some point in the day, your phone is being looked at. You see Discord. You got traders. Some people trade off mobile. It's people around where if you get into a situation or if you want to look at the market, or you won't even talk about the market outside of the night classes. If you want to talk about anything, you just want to gander about the market. Hey, this market like it's doing this. I don't know. Me and T Killer have conversations all the time.
Yeah, I was just about to say, me and Water have conversations all the time about what the market.
I don't know, T Killer. It look like it's about to sell a lot. Nah, man, look, it's a level up. I look again, like, you dang sure right. That's a flat top, 15-minute candle. Yeah, I can see it going there. He called another day, said, yeah, 205 gold to get down. I leveled at 207. At 204.6, gold got down. So it's like having people to talk to. It's like, it ain't like, I ain't I don't think I'm a psychopath. But, I'm not going to ask me. You can direct message me.
Yeah.
I had to direct message one of the other members that was in the group. Hey, how you doing? I ain't seen you in class lately. Oh, I ain't been in class because XYZ and all that. Well, I'm just checking on you, make sure you're straight. You're paying for the chart, paying for the Discord to be in here to talking to traders that make money. Trade I trade. Particularly I be trading. So I don't post that to be like, oh man, I should do it here. No, I post it for we have that, social proof in the group. But I posted that I'm gonna get to the bag. I blow counts too. I don't know if anybody knows. I had a top step account already that I had passed, and that count gone, and I had to pass another one when they did the no activation fee. I don't mind blowing up accounts. That's okay with me, but I know my limit. You got to know your limit when it comes down to trading. And if you don't have them pockets like that, I'm not trading on stream because I want to make sure my accounts get passed. And that's the thing about what me and Vegas talked about was we want to make it that within a month's time, everybody's accounts get passed on the first go. I said it's gonna look crazy. I said they're gonna see a lot of people passing off their first accounts. And it might sound trying to ask questions, but that was the plan, and that's why the targets was so low. And we know, T Killer know as well, like 150 to us, like, man, that's crazy. But that's what TPT does, TFD does, is makes you hit those small targets. You can't make $300, $500, $600 if you wanted to. No, they got you base hit. You can't go. So it stops you from trying to do that whole $1,500 like we do on top stuff.
And that's the best way to start and learn how to trade is hitting those small targets.
Hit those small targets. Be on Zoom that you see those small targets hit. And guess what? You only paid your initial amount of money for those accounts and they're passed. That's it. Like we're here to help you pass those accounts on the first go around because we know how expensive it is. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. I spent $2,000 in less than 2 days. I done did it on challenges. So it happens. So we was trying to make a method so we can avoid that. So if you got that screen on, all you have to do is come to that and click the same trade he's taking, and that's it. And your account so safety pass. And if you want to practice, get on your practice account and trade off course. So I mean, I understand that Vegas upset when you see that people have been blowing accounts and stuff, and it's like it kind of defeats what we're trying to do here in the night classes with HPSU. It's like we're trying to get it to where your chart is straight green on these base hits, and that's it. And TFD makes it where they only let you get base hits. So it was beautiful. It's like, oh, well, we don't have to worry about somebody saying, oh, I got $150 last night. I'm gonna get in New York and I'm gonna try to get a little bit more. You can't do that on TFD. That's why I like TFD. And I will still push TFD to all my members because you can't go off script. Can't go rogue. Top still got the beautiful thing right now, but are you gonna be disciplined to lock your account?
Yeah, Top Stuff's very enticing.
Lock it all weekend. If Vegas say we're not getting on those Sunday night calls, it's just gonna be Monday. Are you gonna Friday? Are you gonna lock your account till Monday night? Because it seems like that's what some people may have to do to make sure that they don't trade miss that course. I know I ain't gonna make it Monday night, so let me try to get into New York. When you're going out there rogue, and then you're not in here asking other people like, hey, what do you see in the market? I mean, everybody in the market can talk amongst each other. Holly, you can talk to New York, you can talk to Queen City, you can talk to Rebel, you can talk to me, Barlow, Detroit, Tip Killer, Vegas. You can ask questions in there and we'll be like, well, I'm looking at, I trade New York. But the way I trade is, I don't know if I can have you trading with me because, I don't even trade Vegas.
Yeah.
How much money I was looking for in Vegas with how many cars I had on, if you still on listening.
Oh, talking about the day? $60.
$60 and how many cars I had on?
50.
50. I had 50 contracts on trying to get $60. So I don't need nobody trading on me because I was gonna need $60. 50 cars, hey, I'm in there and I'm on that. So my New York experience, I can't have people trading with me. But if you ask me what I see the market doing, I know what the market doing. I didn't have to put 50 cars on to get that $60. I just could have weathered that drawdown and came back down and would smash for TP. With the 10 I had on, I still had 10 cars on trying to get $60. So I trade different, but if you ask me for my analysis of what the market looks like, then I can say, well, this is what I see the market doing. This is what it look like. Hey, Detroit. What does it look like? Hey, Detroit trade off the 105 SMA, SMMA. So you go, okay, well, let me look at that. What the market doing? Well, gold look, choppy. What NQ doing? So you can ask those questions. You have access to everybody in the Discord. So it's like you're not alone, even when you're not on screen. You're not alone to ask questions. I know y'all looking at the market in New York. I know y'all are. If you're not, when you're trading, you're gonna look at the market while it's open. You're trading. You don't like the weekends. Hate the weekends.
For me, if anything, I look at it too much.
So ask questions. There's nothing wrong with just popping in there and look at the market and then ask questions. Hey man, go like it's about to do da 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 da. And then somebody else chime in and say something. And then I was telling Vegas the other night, man, get off the chart. He said, man, this is the currency. Hey man, get off the chart. So yeah, you can look at it too much, but if your account's locked out, what you doing? You don't practice. It's okay to take practice trades. It's okay to get in those challenges that like me and Vegas was doing on TraderView. That's what we trading at. If you see an idea, we take those trades over there. So that's where you get your practice in on practice account. You practice what you learn in the courses. You practice in how you're seeing Vegas trade. You practice that on practice. Or if you got the money, then let me get another combine. Let me practice on my other combine. So it's like I still got skin in the game to take these trades. But what we have for HPS at night is I don't touch these trades unless I am on Zoom. And those accounts will safely get across. You get them passed. I ain't spent no more money. Because it sucks when you blow the whole form now. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks. We've been there. We developed this so you don't have to experience that. But you know, it's inevitable if you out there and you loan it, and it still happens. It may happen on screen. It may happen, but you're not alone. You got to that market go against you. You like, well, what do I do? Well, you're not alone on screen. Hey man, let me cut that. Cut that. Or hey man, it's okay. Yeah, we're gonna throw the boys on up here. You have somebody that helps you through that, not out there on your own. You know, it's happened. I almost blew my live account day one. I didn't know I couldn't drag my stops and TPs. So trade got away from me. Fell off. I had 10 MGCs on. It came within like $20 from blowing my live account day one. And when it blows, it would have blown. Okay. That's on me. So it's not like we're saying we're perfect and stuff don't happen. We don't get over leverage. But what we have decided to do overnight is make sure we're safely getting that 150 or that 180. And I haven't seen that not happen on live to where it makes you want to not trade on live. I haven't seen that. You know, it's one thing if you coming on the stream at live. I don't know what he's doing, bro. I know he hit dang on stop loss. Man, I'm about to do it. I'm about to do my own thing. And even Detroit been like, man, bro, I like what you're doing, man. Because I don't think he fully believed that it was going to happen this way to make sure, you know, you're hitting that target every day. And I was like, yeah, y'all actually are doing that. So it goes to, you know, I'll wrap it up, you know, I'm talking a lot, is, you know, the screen is there for you guys to just to follow that to safely get across the line. You know, New York, everybody likes New York. Everybody want to trade New York. But, you know, they're not saying you're not ready to trade New York, but why trade New York when every night you got somebody that's putting this money on your account? Trade New York on your practice time. Trade that for fun on practice. I mean, if you want to go, you know, y'all want to get on practice accounts, we have a competition in New York, I'm with it. We can do it. So we can get the 5 bands in New York. Let's have fun with it on practice. You know, if you just got to click that button, so that way it's still a challenge. It's still, you know, a competition. It's still, I'm trying to make money. Oh, I don't want to lose because I'm competing with the other guys in the group, or other members in the group, I would say. And that's where you have your fun. You want to click that button. But at nighttime, it's about business. It's about, I'm going to make sure I put this money on this account so I can fast, so I can eventually start paying myself. And now, like, I mean, I'm on live, I do $130 every day. I request $130 every day, and I pay myself $104 every day. Chump change, right? $104 I didn't have yesterday. I got today. End of the week, that's $500 I didn't have. You know, in the next week, that's $1,000. You know, end of that week, by the end of the month, you know, I got $2K that I didn't have. I just doing $130 every day. I mean, them base hits. I mean, that's what we're aiming to get to, daily payout. That's why TFD was there. TFD was there to where you can get to daily payout fastest way by doing base hits the whole time. And then you can pay yourself every day. You know, I want me some more Gucci slide. Okay, that's $880 after taxes. Okay, cool. How many days is that? That's about 9 days. Okay, let me do 9 days of $130. Boom, Gucci slide. I need a new TV. Need one, actually. You know, that's about $600 for, you know, the TV that I want. Okay, 6 days. 6 days, I get my TV. You know, I ain't got no rules. I ain't got no hoops to jump through. You know, we were trying to get you guys to live so you can take daily payouts. I don't know everybody's, you know, position of what they're in, but if $100 a day ain't good enough for you, that's crazy. It may sound like chump change, but any day I need $100. I can go and get on the chart and get me $100. You know, build your buffers up to where you don't need $100. Build your buffers up. So then you start chasing more than that. At the end of the month, $1,000 buffer, you'll have you a $3,000 buffer. Then you know, hey, $100 is chump change. Let me go do $500 a day, or whatever the case may be for you. But we're trying to get you guys to live by doing the minimum, the least amount you need to do in the market to pass accounts and to get to live, or to pass accounts on top stuff and to get to XFAs. That's all we were trying to do. And if that screen is there and he's saying, come to the screen and I will get you $150 or $180, come to the screen and I will get you that. Basically what we're saying. Then when you trade off the screen, it's like, then stuff happens. It's like, well, you could have been on the screen. Well, I got you that win on the day. So that's really where it seems like, Vegas gears is grinding, because that's all you had to do. All you have to do. And like he's saying, I mean, the subscription is coming up again where, you can sink more money in, and then what happens when you blow your account? You want to go buy more accounts. You buy more accounts, then you got the subscription coming up, and you're now I got to pay for that too? Well, I mean, so you're not utilizing what you got with that subscription by being in a chair, say a classroom, where you can sit there and watch this trainer put $150 on your account, $180 on your account every day, every night that he's available. And if he's not available, guess what? I'm not trading my account. Hit up in the Discord. Anybody want to do a challenge and see who gets a $2,000 on practice account? Cool, I'm with it. Let's go. What we trading? We trading one, product, and we can trade any one of them. Cool. Well, let's go to silver. I never traded silver. Let's go see how we're doing on silver. Let's go see how we're doing YN, YK, whatever that other stuff is. Let's go do that. If you want to have fun on the track. I mean, because you just want to click the button. I know how that get. Want to click the button. I done been up payout security, and I just want to click the button. I'm blown 5 funded accounts that got 3K payouts pending. I did that already. We just want to have fun. So if you want to have fun, that's how you have fun. Don't play with the accounts that he's putting the money on there with you for you. So that's my piece. But and then to follow that up, SHIT happens. We know it does. It happens. Sometimes you click the wrong button. Sometimes, you put, stuff happens. We know that. Nobody's getting on, and nobody's being mad about stuff happening. Internet go out. I know, Father said the internet go. I remember when I traded at my job, and somebody pulled the internet and not told anybody. I think I lost 8K. 4 accounts, 2K on each account. Oh, man. Stuff happens. So I understand that stuff happens. But we're trying to put you in a bubble foam environment at night, so where, you safely get this base hits and everybody can sleep well. I know I sleep better with a green day. I can tell you that now. You know how I feel when I got a red day. So that's basically what it's coming down to. It's just like, it's going to be all good until that screen just ain't there at all. When that screen ain't there, we know traders that was with our cohort. No, that was before us. And when that screen was gone, I bet, like I said, I bet they'll be beat down the door now to get on that screen to see winning days. And it comes down, you look at 150, like, man, that ain't hard to make. I can do that on my own. Yeah, you can. I'm not saying that. But why not do that in a bubble-proof environment? What they say about deep 2 point when you step on the line. That's a deep 2. I can do a layup. that ain't no better than a layup, my guy. You want to shoot that deep 2? I'm gonna do the layup. My chances of missing are a lot less than yours. So that's what it comes down to. You got a bubble-proof environment to make your winnings on your accounts where you don't have to spend more money. And that's why we're stressing, at first get the max allocation. You can get 5 accounts or 4 accounts with this company. Get all 4 of them, because we got you in a bubble-proof environment to where, you're, I don't want to say guaranteed, but guaranteed to succeed. Like, let's be real. And then this is all done with a $1,000 buffer versus how we normally trade with a $2,000 buffer. So it's still hitting those base hits, So, that's my piece. But the thing, we're family guys. It comes to the end of the day, post stuff. I don't know everything. That's why I asked, Rebel about how you get that big old camo on your truck. I didn't know how to do it. And then, Reed helped me out. Bobby helped me out. Okay. So I'm playing around that a little bit. I don't use it, but okay, that's how you look pretty cool. I like the look look at hard time frames, but I just open up more charts. I got 3 big monitors, so I can open up multiple charts on my screen. Okay, I can look at the 4 hour right here. But I don't know stuff, so whenever I see a question, I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna ask. That's what you guys got to get comfortable with asking. Ain't no dumb questions. Just the question unasked. So ask questions. I mean, ask about the market. We're all on there. We get that little time. You see, I'll be in Discord. I'll be on TFD Discord, Top Tip Discord, MFF Discord. I'll be clicking through them, looking for promotion. But I click through it and see what anybody talking about. I get out of there. So I'll see the notification when somebody says something to get on Discord. And I don't mind answering. I'll be bored. And I be trading, I'll be bored. I'm waiting for questions. Somebody to say something. I'll be looking for somebody to talk to about trades. So, you gotta have that where it's like, okay, what's going on? New York looking crazy. Should I buy? Should I sell? Let me ask. What y'all looking at? What y'all playing off right now? The bond bands might be dead at the moment. The 200 might be dead at the moment. We're trading off the VWAP. The VWAP might be dead. We're trading off something. What is a flat top candle and a flat bottom candle? What is that? Y'all saying I heard it. That's something I look at. That's something particular look at. What's that? I'll explain it to you. You can go back and look at, what it is, where it's happening, where the market's going to that level. And what Tim Keller said today, man, you dang so right. One time, like the market went right there, flat top down. Yeah, you did. That's not me living by. Those are targets of me, not market. So it goes to like, looking at that is you just gotta, be open to ask questions,
Exactly. And a lot of people don't understand the $150 is the golden metric because if we put it in Top Step's perspective, 5 accounts at $150 every single day. Not only do you pass your accounts, if you keep that same motion the second month, that's $3,000 you're going to put on all of your accounts. If you can take a 50% payout, guess what? Your account will now pay you $1,500 for each of these accounts. That's $7,500 for 2 months worth of work. It used to be $1,000 to play that game. Now with the no activation fee that Top Step now has, it's only $450. Half the amount to get the same result. And the only thing that they require of us is to consistently do the same thing every single day, have that discipline to get that 150 and get out. If you do the same thing the following month, that $7,500 payout turns to $11,000 payout. And then the following month, month 3 after that turns to 13,000. The month after that turns to 14,000. Then the next month after that turns to 14.5. Doing $150 a day. Like we went over it in town hall, what that does for your account. 6 months from you locking in and doing that, you're looking at getting paid out $60,000, not having to spend no more on your accounts, getting that $150 a day. Yes, you can trade Bitcoins and see that bread a lot quicker, or you can take the safe approach. Trade small, lose small. Versus me trade big, I win big some days, or I'll also lose big, which could also be you blowing your account. We shouldn't be doing that. A $500 loss is what we really want to take. Take a 500, shit. At least I still have my accounts. I can do 100. I could even do $50 a day. $50 a day for 10 days straight. I'm back to where I was at. I'm like a surgeon. I'm gonna get myself back where I was at, 100% in health. It's just gonna take a little time. Time is on my side. If I blow my accounts off, oh well yeah, man, it's gonna take so long to crawl it out. I'm just gonna go ahead and kill it. That's not the approach we need to have for funded accounts. No, sir. We need to treat these like they are our loved ones, our children, because Once they're mature, they're going to be ATMs that you can do exactly what Watertown is doing. Pay yourself daily.
Yeah, feel good.
This is
I
all the
almost
stuff that you can do.
it just makes you feel good to be able to, hey, I want to pay myself today. I mean, even if you're aiming at bigger target, I want to pay myself $200 a day, and just be able to go there, sit in the market, and make your bread, pay yourself. So
Yeah,
that's the
so
that.
when I was on those Tradeify instant funded, they don't have daily payouts, but like if I could have done that, like I think it would hypothetically would solve a big problem for me, because it's like you're leaving the equity on the account, which means you can lose it. Whereas if I could pull it off, like I have less to work with, I have less to lose, if that makes sense.
Yep.
I'm just that my AirPod. The Tradeify don't have what now? Daily payout.
Yeah, they don't have daily payouts, but if I would, so if, I mean, maybe that's something I should look into. Getting on something that has daily payouts, then I could pull the money off, and then it's like if I, what I'm saying, like if I get the buffer established and I'm at like I don't know, let's say it's a $50,000 account. If I'm at 50,300 or something on the day, like I could just pull the 300 off and work with the 50 bands, like I was from the get go.
Exactly. That's all I do. I just rinse and repeat. I know I can trade with $1,000 buffer. I'll take whatever I make over that $1,000 off my payments. Because what happens if you like Tradeify, I mean, if you had TFDs, you pass that in 12 days, and then you say 8 days to beat your buffer, or let's say another 12 days. Let's say 10 and 10. Let's say a whole month, half a month to beat your to pass the account, another half a month to put $1,000 on there. After that, they move you to live. You're on live, you pay yourself daily. Well, I like Tradeify accounts, but let me just use this TFD account to make the money to buy Tradeify accounts. Let me use the TFD money to buy Top Step accounts. Let me use the daily payout account to do whatever I need. So that way, if I want to buy Top Step accounts, now I can only buy one. But say if I wanted to buy MFF accounts, now every day I can come to the market and make enough money to pay myself enough money to buy me a MFF account. All right, MFF. I'm about to be back live with MFF too, but I know every day that's what the power of a daily payout account is. Like I can make the money to fund my trading journey now. I can make the money to fund whatever I want to buy. I want to buy some Apex accounts today. Well, cool. Guess how much Apex accounts is? Okay, well on my daily payout account, my live account, let me make enough money to buy me an Apex account. I'm gonna get a buy Apex account tomorrow. And I buy that and I trade it how I want to trade it, even if I want to, blow it up or whatever. That's what the daily payout account is for. And that's what I liked about, TFD. I was like, what? Daily payout after how many days? Oh, I gotta do 10 days. Okay. Oh, base hit. What? 1,500? Okay, cool. I can do that. Sit down for 10 days and do that. Then I gotta beat $1,000 in sales. I think $1,000 a day. That's what I did. I passed mine in one day. So in 13 days I was live. They took an extra another 12 more days to actually set up my live account. But so less than a month I was in a live account and I could pay myself every day. And I made I had to make 1750 to be in a live account. No, 2750.
Yeah.
So if you're making 2750 on Tradeify, that's not even passing an account, right? You gotta make 3K to pass an account.
Yeah, so the Lightnings are instant funded, but you can't request any money out until you hit 3K.
Right. So
But the Lightning account is still like I only have the one, but the Lightning account is like $500 and something. Like it's kind of crazy.
Right. So I spent I think $69, and now I have a live account.
Yeah.
After only having to make 2750. Top Step, you got to make 3K to pass your combine. You make your 3K, you can do it in 2 days if that's I can do it in 2 days. But after you make 3K, now you got to start in XFA. After I make 3K on the TFD, if it takes me a whole month, no matter. I'm a live account, I can pay myself every day. So if you start looking at the money, me and Vegas had to talk about the other day. Said, man, Vegas, how much money that we've made, and we count everything. Sim, passing challenges. He said, man, a couple million. And I think he said more than that. I said a couple million. I probably made what's it, about 17 mil or more than that, 20 mil or something.
Yeah,
you probably made that much money from all the combines we've taken and passed and passed and passed and passed and passed and passed, even the big 150K accounts, we're doing that, 2 days, 9K in 2 days. Even the Apex account, we're doing 250K. What 12? The 250K account, what you gotta make 15K or 12?
Yeah,
In
15K
one
for
day.
the 250 and 20K for the 300K. So, if I'm just counting Apex, hell, I don't Apex alone, just 300Ks, like you're looking at every bit of $1 million. Hell, I did it twice, 20K on 20 accounts, it's $400,000 every single time that you're putting on accounts. It's not counting the accounts
So
that you blow. Like, it's so much, and that's another thing, guys, too. Like, I told you guys about the TV show, like, that I forgot what I was referencing, but it's one of those things where prop firms, yes, they're good for what they, amount for, have you less overhead. But I also feel like with Bali, I wish she was on here where she could tell you guys how much her cash account has in it. It's a sizable amount in the thousands. But the thing is, if you guys are going to spend so much money, hell, even if you were smart, let's say we wanted to take the same trades we were taking, right? Every single night. Well, guess what? All you would need to trade, one MGC would be roughly about $1,000 in your account. And so you can make you $100 every single day with just having $1,000 in your account. Number one, you ain't got no rules. You're able to pay yourself out daily. Pay yourself out daily. And slowly build that account. Only thing is, because you have such small money in the account, you're going to have to be right. You can't just jump in and, I pray this is going to work. No. You have to have some rules to that shit because you're working with limited capital. So the trades that we would have taken, again, if you would have had $1,000 live account, cash account, you could have been paying yourself daily this whole freaking time. And I'm so glad that Bali is taking advantage of that shit. That's why I tell Watertown this all the time. I say, oh my goodness, she's eating. Not only in the sim, she's eating on that cash account. So guess what? Hell, probably even if I told her, hey, like the boot camp is getting done away with. We're back to the VIP where it's $1,500 a month. She probably pay it because she done probably definitely made that over this time on the cash account the whole time we've been together. Like she's gonna be here. She don't miss. Number one, number one, she's learning. Like she's been through the course information. I could tell in the conversation that we have. But at the same time, twofold, she's eating off the rip because she's trading a cash account. So the sim is cool. The sim is cool. But she's also eating on the cash account. Speak of the devil. Your ears should be burning right now. Bali, we were just talking about how you were eating on your cash account while also um doing the sim this whole process. So like you're double eating right now in this whole process compared to how some of the members are essentially only on the sim side of things. And I was gonna say if I know you shared it with me in Watertown the other night. Do you mind sharing with I guess your cohort like how much you have in your cash account? You don't have to if you don't want to. You can also say, "Hey, I don't want to." No, we're
or
not
just
gonna
how
feel no
much
type of
we
way.
made since we started.
55, 500.
What'd you say?
But yeah, I do. I trade. I'm sorry, my signal is horrible.
Yeah, you went out.
Yeah, the street for my signal was like horrible in and out.
Okay. But what
But
amount did
yeah,
you say?
5,500.
Okay.
Typically, like I say, on those go light, but I do trade both. I have, 100K accounts, K account.
Hmm.
TFD's 25, but I do stay on them both.
Yeah. But
I
yeah,
don't like on it though. I'd be nervous.
yeah. The good thing about it is, like I said, you're just able to immediately eat. Like I said, if it's a
Yes.
good play, like again, you can pay yourself that money. Do you know how much you've like made like in the cash account since being in HPSU? Do you?
See, probably roughly 18,
Ooh,
1,800.
ooh.
But
Ooh.
that's what we're saying is like we're saying like how much money we've actually made in passing combines. We made millions of dollars from passing combines. But if we had the capital to have a cash account, all that money goes on a cash account. So if you're hitting base hits on a cash account, that's your money. That's your money. You just hitting base hits to make $1,800 in what, less than a month?
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's like, I mean, who's complaining about an extra 1,800? That's an extra 1,800 go towards that septic tank. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? You know?
True.
So it's like, you're making money while you're learning and while you are trading, while you're passing combine. All of that goes, full circle. So, like you said, like you don't play with that cash account. I ain't playing with the cash account.
Yeah,
That's where
hell
the
no.
money is. So, and that's how you got to treat your combine. Like, you can't just, I mean, do what I say, not as I do. But, you can't just be like, oh, yeah, I just spent another, $80. Shit. Like I said, in less than 2 days, I know I spent too bad in less than 2 days on freaking combine just because I had to win. Like, man, I ain't win. I'm going to win. I mean, I'm on focus trader playing with Top Step for a reason. I was running through those 10 accounts in a month, easy. And then I got smart ones. You know what? I don't even gotta buy. I would just reset the 5 2 times in a day, and then if I can't reset them no more, then I'll buy the other 5. Then I get to reset them 5 2 times in a day. I was spending money with them, making a lot of money from them too. That's why I don't mind doing it. But it gets that way when you don't appreciate the money that's in your combine. And you're like, you go to Hail Mary. So it's like, no, that's what those base hits are there. That's why you gotta take that serious. And that's why I was saying, like, you got that screen on. Why not trade those important accounts on this screen where, an experienced trader is making sure that he's hitting the TP at 180. You don't even stop it when it's close enough. So, like, you got that much confidence in that TP getting smashed at 180. Well, guess what? I don't need 180 to serve on my live account. I need 130. I need 150. I need 75 per play. Bim,
Right.
hit 2 plays of 75. And, I lock in. Or when that thing going profit, I put that stop in profit. So, that's what I ain't losing the live account. It's cash account.
Mm.
I mean, the fees get different on that cash account and the live account. I know. Pay commission fees, pay transaction fees, pay fees. But you're not going to play around with those profits. You're not going to be like, yeah, well, I mean, I'll just spend $80 and go again. No, so you're making sure you get those hits. And what's the safest place to get those hits? In that bubble-proof environment on that screen. So those Satan trades set up, off screen, yeah, take them on practice account, take them on a combine that you ain't worried about, or take them somewhere else. But safely get that money on the screen. I mean, hey, I'm mad I missed that trade tonight. I was even put $150 on my, at a live account. It would have been like, hey, I'm about to request this in the morning. I'm about to actually send this email to Asher right now.
Send it tonight.
Because they probably closed. But yeah, so it's like, why not take advantage of that bubble-proof environment? trade off screen because me, I've been through the ringers where I learned and I have a strategy to take my win. So I'll trade in New York. When you said 50 tons to make $60, I know that ain't something that Vegas approve of. So I trade because I've been through it. I got my marriage to where hey, I ain't know what I would have did. Glad it worked for you. So it's a little different, with me, and I really don't like to post that stuff in the boot camp, at all. Like I still want to stop, but we're starting this company. We need some social proof. We need some of that stuff. I mean, I didn't even want to post my chart, my calendar in there, all the green days. But we need that proof in those groups. So, and that's what's kind of, it's a little frustrating right there is because, the word of mouth and social proof, like we really, like, if he told y'all what the price is, he wanted to charge for this, but really was like, well, this first cohort, want them to get in cheaper because we want them to be able to post them, green charts for, future members to see. So when we hear that those accounts get toasted, it's like, you know, I mean, I guess 7 days or 5 days. No, we want to see that green thing and that green, straight green month. So you can post those. These are real live traders. These are real live people that we had in HPSU that was hitting their target and passed their account. These are real live people that hit their target and they're all on live. You can all post them green accounts. We want to see them green accounts. So, that's where it gets down to it. And it ain't like I said, it ain't like it happened on screen. It's like, man, these guys can't even trade. Let me trade, off screen, on my own. It ain't even one of those type of things. So, I think that was, the gist of what was going on to where that this meeting was even called. But, hey, rock out, I mean, stay with it. Utilize that screen while you got it. When it's gone, yeah. And then, you want people to talk to and trade, and like, I mean, kind of longer when you got nobody to talk to. Nobody gets you. So, utilize all that. Utilize your resources. Get Breeze up after for $500 for some more compound. I know I am. Cash account first. But yeah, man, like, I mean, that's what we're here for. I mean, it's cold out there when you ain't got nobody to talk to for trade.
Mm-hmm. Super
I
cold.
wish Mr. Seminole was on here to let you know that. He'll tell you. Even when you win it alone, like, hey, who am I going, share these wins with?
Mm-hmm.
So, that's that. But I enjoy being here with you guys. I enjoy asking questions, talking about trades, giving my analysis, giving my analysis, before they happen. So if anybody want to take a piece of that pie with me, they can. I don't eat that pie without them.
Yeah, because eventually, guys, like it's gonna come to the point where just for a time management perspective, it's much better if we do our draw ups on something like TradingView and be able to conversate, in the text chat. Hey, this is the trade I'm looking to take. You can watch your, Stranger Things, releases in, 2 days. No, released today, right? Yeah, the 26th.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah, it was today. I'm thinking the day is the 24th. Um, you could watch that and still have your trade on and still be tuning in with what's going on in the group. Hey, is other people in this trade? Like that is what I want us to eventually evolve to. Now, I want you guys to eventually evolve where, hey, you don't pay HPS University anything. You're going to be in the legacy chat. Like we're not here to take your money because, like I said, like this could be way more expensive than what it is. I always say this, like I know what it's going to take to mold successful traders. I know the time that you're going to have to spend. Tick Killer, Watertown, they've been through it. They can tell you the hours that we spent on stream. They can tell you the hours that they spent on their own learning the information, testing new strategies that maybe weren't covered, in HPS's time. It's just different stuff like that you have to do to stay being consistently profitable. Like you have to be able to every single day understand that, hey, I'm a student. I'm a forever student at that. I'm to the point where I'm going to have to stay learning. Like there's so much different things that now makes the market move. We used to have it where, it was in the pitch, the trading done in the pitch. Now it moved to electronic. From electronic, then it went to, order flow. From order flow, it went to options data being, added. Now we got things like Aladdin, controlling everything. So it's one of those things where trading is evolving. It's like the caterpillar in the cocoon. Like, hey, I'm maturing. I'm going through a metamorphosis. And if you're only accustomed to the caterpillar, like you're never going to appreciate the butterfly when it gets you. Like you're not going to know what to do. But if hey, every time it goes through a new stage, I'm learning something new. I'm seeing how the market is reacting in this stage. Then as soon as it goes to the next stage, hey, I'm instantly learning and changing my game plan. Like you're going to stay up to date versus your iPhone being stuck on the oldest iOS and they not even making that iOS anymore. So now your phone doesn't work. Well, that is because you did not update the iOS every single update. So of course you were going to get left in the past where the shit doesn't work. But if you can do that, then like I said, HPS is here for you. Like I said, you guys graduate, touch $100,000. At that point, hey, you don't owe us nothing. You did what you had to do. And we could say, hey, that was the next, six-figure trader that we made. You did it yourself, but we had a hand in that setting you on the right direction. So that's bragging rights for us. Big kudos for you. You're a successful trader at this point. And like I said, you don't need to pay us anything. And you always have a home here in the legacy chat. And then you can tell a friend, hey, I learned trading from HPSU. These guys really know their stuff. I can show you my results. So if you can do all that shit, like I said, that greatly helps us. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. But it's a lot of time that comes with this stuff. So number one, not only you guys learning the correct strategies and everything, you have to be able to also understand that when it comes to learning, like you're just gonna have to be a forever student. There's no way around it. This is something that you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to lock in. You're gonna have to not break bad. Be disciplined. Like I posted that TikTok. Everybody's addicted to something. We're all human. We have to be able to, number one, instill that discipline so that discipline gives us the life that we want. That's not even trading related. If you want to be the best bricklayer ever, guess what you're going to have to do? You have to be laying brick for a very long time. Looking at maybe techniques online, maybe learning, off of TikTok. TikTok learn or learn on TikTok. I think that's the hashtag. Looking at YouTube, looking what other brick masons are doing. Renowned, workers, savants in their field. And hey, I see what they're doing. Let me do that. And you stick with it. And that discipline will have you in time As long as you're doing the correct stuff, you should reach their levels. It might take you a few years, but you can eventually get there. I think it was Michelangelo who painted the Sistine Chapel. I think it was him. You're going to have to go through some things to be able to do that. To be the Leonardo da Vinci's of the world. That doesn't come easy. You have to stay dedicated. You have to go blind painting the Sistine Chapel. I think that was Michelangelo. I think that was him. You have to go blind painting it. What sacrifice are you willing to make to produce that beauty? Something that hasn't been replicated since. Can you see the marble? Can you carve out the figure? People who do that thing, they're gifted. So like you're going to have to stay down. You're going to have to stay consistent. Hey, I'm going to have to be chipping at this marble every single day. The marble breaks. Guess what? I have to start all over again. And nothing sucks more than doing all of this work, getting to the finish line, and then having to start back all over. You're like, "Ah, man, should I do this again? Do I got it in me?" Versus us doing it the right way. Yeah, we could take a few steps back, but at least we don't have to start all over. If people can just learn to be disciplined, keep that discipline, within you. I know I have a timetable in my head where I want this job X to be done, but that doesn't mean I should try to get it done in 3 days. Like, let me appreciate the journey to get there. Like I said, for some people, man, maybe if you don't want to do challenges anymore, that's perfectly fine. Guess what? You can get a cash account. I mean, you guys hear it. Um, Bali Breeze is eating right now $1,800 on her cash account, in this month. That's great. For some people, if you're making $4,000 a month, that's half of your salary right there from trading, 2, 3 hours a day. And that's going light. Shit, you go big, then ooh. And like I said, I don't want you guys to see the dollar sign and try to do some crazy stuff out of body, experiences. But yeah, slow, consistent, wins a pile up. And let's say she does $2,000 for 10 months straight. I mean, we had that conversation. You make $2,000 10 months straight. I mean, 12 months straight. You're looking at $24,000 plus your original five that you had in there. Ooh. Now at that point, you're at $30,000. So what trade you can't take where you were using two and three, MGCs to now trade a one? So where you were making $150 to $200, now you're making, 1,200 to $2,000 trading 10 of these things. And hey, guess what? I got a $30,000 buffer. Me being in drawdown $2,000, that's not bad if I'm trying to see 1,000. My account can handle that. I can handle now more contracts. So hey, if I get in a fucked up position, if I'm gonna throw in them contracts, throw them boys on, I'm gonna do it at a smart level. I do it at that smart level. I get out the trade. I don't try to hold to see $10,000. No, I just want to get out this trade and re-enter smaller contracts. If you can do that and keep, steady, then it makes sense for you to, number one, keep hitting those little base hits. Again, you get bigger size, account. Hey, I can go for bigger targets because that is what my account tells me I can do. It can handle this versus me trying to get into a Chevy Cruze trying to, go on the Daytona 500 and win first place. It's not going to happen. I gotta get in, a supercar, a fast car to do that. You know, I gotta know myself. Like I said, a person who knows thyself, dangerous man or woman. So if you know your account is $1,000 can only handle probably $200 worth of drawdown for you, gotta cut it. That's what you gotta do. You can't handle $2,000 worth of drawdown because you don't have that type of capital. But if you have a bigger account, yeah, $2,000. Yeah, I hate being down $2,000 because again, I could have been $2,000 in profit, but it's not going to scare me out of a position. So if you want money instantly and you don't want to do challenges anymore, well, I would say you save up for a cash account. You save up for a cash account and you do what Bali is doing. Come get you $100 a day and be done. One thing it will teach you is at that point, you don't need to have big, reserves, of money. You just need to be accurate with getting into a trade, getting out of said trade, securing profit. That's what you need to get good at. If you're not a person who's good at securing profit, 70/30. If this thing gets 70% of my profit target, hey, I'm okay with taking profit at this point. Hell, even 50%. I'm on a cash account. Yeah, I'm wanting to make 150, but if that thing shows me 75, stop loss trailed and profit $75. I'll get that other 75 at another time. Hell, even if I just get $75 every single day, guess what? Um that's still $1,500 in the month. Me doing that 20 days straight. That's still 1,500 bucks. 1,500 times 12. I mean, what is that? 18? That's eight additional 18K in the year. If I made $50,000, now I'm at almost $70,000, in profit on the year from just making an extra $75 a day. Doing that consistently. Again, you want to get double that, that's 150. Now that's an extra $36,000, on the year. It's not hard to make 150 bucks. It's not hard at all. But we have to be disciplined in what we're doing. No discipline, I mean, we're going to end up where we've been at. We're actually worse off because we wasted time and resources. But if you guys want to lock in, then yeah, this is what you need to be doing. You need to be locking in. Get you a cash account. Hell, if you don't want to jump through these hoops, passing accounts, and you have the money to do it, start off small. Hell, you can start with a $500 cash account. Again, you just only be able to trade one micro. Start out with 1,000, you can trade two. You can see $100 a month. I mean, a day, I meant. It just depends on what route you want to do. So if a person is buying 5 accounts, again, I mean, let's think about this. Top step 5 accounts is gonna run you 450. Hell, let's just even say $500 with taxes. $500 with taxes. I still have to put the money on the account to pass the account. I gotta make $3,000. For me to get any decent size payout, I still have to put money on the back end of that account, which is another, let's just do a profit target, $3,000. $6,000 I got to make on those funded accounts just to see a payout versus me putting that same 500 to $1,000 on my account. Now there's 20 trading days in each month, so that's 2 months. Hmm, what happens if I just make $100 a day? $100 a day for 40 days is $4,000 on a cash account that I can get paid out anytime. I make 100, I can withdraw that 100. Yeah, I'm missing out on additional $3,500. But guess what? I didn't have to jump through no hoops. I did not have to jump through no hoops trying to get funded. I had a cash account straight from the jump, hitting my targets, doing my withdrawals, getting paid out, scaling this thing up. So if you started out going for $100 a day for 40 days straight, by the end of that 40 days, now guess what? Your account should be up 4,500 to 5,000, depending on how much money you started out with. Now, guess what? I got $5,000 in my account. I can go for $200 a day. So you do $200 a day for 20 days straight. Guess what? You effectively have doubled your cash account almost. Now your account is up additional 4 grand for 20 trading days. Now I have $10,000 in my account. Guess what I can do? I can double how much I'm trying to go get per day. Or let's just say I don't even want to double it. Let's say I put another $100, $300 on my account per day. Let me do another 20 days of that. That's $6,000 plus my 10. Now I'm at 16. Let me double that again. Let me actually not even let me double. Let me put another $100 a day what I'm trying to get. I got $16,000 in my account to try to make $400 a single day. If I succeed, that's another $8,000 being put on my account. I mean, not doubling, getting half of what I had in my account already. So I go from 16 to 24. Guess what? Every time I do that, I'm going to up how much I'm making. Now, instead of 400 for the next month, let me go for $500 a day. I do that $500 a day for 20 days straight. Guess what? That's an extra $10,000 I done made in the month, plus my 24 that I had. Now that's $34,000 I got in my account. Guess what? Instead of 500, let me go for $600 a day. You do that 600 times 20, that's 12,000, right? Plus the original amount that you had, the 36. Now you're at 48. You're at $48,000. And what is that? 3 months? 4 months? 4 months? No, I think that's 4 months. No, 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 no. For 2 months, 2 months, 2 months to get the 4K. Then we went from 100 to 200. Then we went from 200 to 3, 3 to 4. So 5 months to get your account balance from starting out at $1,000 all the way up to 48,000 in 5 months on a cash account. Slowly compounding your account day by day, month by month. And then at that point, like I said, hell, you're a monster at that point. $48,000, hell, you can start going for $1,000 a day. Because guess what? If I got $48,000, as long as I'm not absolutely wrong, the worst case scenario, I lose $3,000 in a day, $4,000 in a day, depending on where I'm going to cut this thing. But guess what? That's not going to wipe me out. I still have $40,000 in my account to go for $1,000. I hit my K, I'm done. I got the discipline to when I hit my K, I'm done. And if you can do that, $1,000 for 20 days straight, guess how much money you've made? I made $20,000. I had 48 in here. Now I'm at $60,000, $68,000. I don't have to go for any more money than that. $1,000 a day, 20 days, 20 grand, 20,000 times 12. That's $240,000 you done made in a year. A quarter M. Like some people could be fine being just there. You don't have to get any more than that. Being disciplined. But that's the route a person could go if they come in the cash account. Again, you guys have both routes. Hell, you can do both of them. Hell, Bali's doing both of them and succeeding right now. You guys can do the same. Again, if you're tired of the jumping through hoops, I just want that cash account. Fuck the prop. I'll say, hey, shit, hey, that sounds good. If you know you can't handle that, you know, then prop is okay. But that cash account is just us. It's unlimited, untapped potential for people who are disciplined. You ain't got to worry about Top Step changing rules. You ain't got to worry about TFD changing rules. Oh, we're no longer going to be able to use Project X. You ain't got to worry about none of that. Stacking your bread, getting out the way, rinsing and repeating. Not getting greedy. You see the vision. You map out, oh, how much will I make if I make $200 a day for a month straight? $100 a day for a month straight. And then you have a matrix where once you get certain amounts, again, exactly how I walked it through, for you guys, I make $100 a day. I do that for 2 months straight. That's 4 grand. Plus whatever I started out with. Now I go for 200. And every time I go 2 months through, I double how much I'm looking for. And you just keep doing that. And like I said, it's not even doubling it. You just double it the first time. Then it's just $100 each time. But again, guys, this is being recorded, and I'll be posted in the group for people at a later date. Like I said, you got people with cash accounts. Like ask those people. I mean, you're seeing it. People are posting it. It's just one of those things where if you can come in, you be disciplined, you can make money from this shit. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say tonight. I didn't mean to take too much of you guys' time. Again, it will be posted um, on the YouTube. Think about this when you guys are on vacation, on the holidays, Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody, your families, and, be thankful for everything that you have. Because, like I said, you just never know, like, when you won't be able to get this opportunity, chance again. Think about, all the opportunities that you wasted. Think about if you just lock in where you can be at. That's what people need to understand is, hey, if I lock in, I see the vision. I see other people doing it. These people are not anomalies. They're doing it, I can do it. They're not special. I am. You got to have that main character energy syndrome where, hey, like, no, it's going to work because I'm doing it. I'm pouring my all into this shit. There is no plan B. I'm putting everything on plan A because I know this shit's going to work. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. If anybody else doesn't have anything else to say, um, Kanye rant over. Like I said, if you guys do have any questions or want to talk, again, the team is here. You can message us. Maybe if you wanted to be private, and we'll talk, amongst that and see what type of plan works. The cash account is something I'm looking for Mr. Rebel to, potentially do. But the thing is, again, you do the cash account, hey, you got to start off where you own your shit. You're on the cash account, you can't play. You can't play at all. You got to know what you're going to do. There's no freestyling. We're entering trades for a reason. You're not just clicking that button just to click that button. That's what we're not doing. But yeah, pretty much that's it. And what town you able to talk?
Oh, just got to Atlanta.
Yes, sir.
Everybody else like they gone.
Yeah, I think it's only two people on right now. Just two. But yeah, New York, just stick with it. I know you've been doing what you're supposed to be doing. Hell, you've been here every day. Um, Main thing is, like I said, I know you're not just trading rogue. So, hey, like I said, congratulations, kudos to you also. Rest of everybody, hey, we got stuff to work on. We know our flaws. It's been said, and yeah, we just have to work. You have to work. There's no way around it. No easy path to success. Like, yeah, we can get you there to the water, but you still have to drink. Still have to be there, um, and know exactly what you're going to do in these situations. But all right, everybody, again, congratulations. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your families. And we'll, talk after the holidays. Because Friday, we're pretty much, market, we won't meet by the time we meet because Friday will be closed. The next time we'll probably see each other, probably like Monday. But then, but yeah, great talk. Guys, again, use your cohort, use your team members, use the mentors, Detroit, Watertown, myself, even some of the legacy people like Tick Killer, like you can learn from everybody. Everybody can learn from each other in this group. Nobody knows everything. I don't. I wish I did, I don't. But we just have to be disciplined to stick to the script. Nobody break bad. There is no freestyling. If you go audition on Broadway, LA, it's one of those things you're going to get fired if you're not reading what is directly on the script. You're going to get fired. I don't care how attractive you are or how close you look to the canon character, you're going to get fired because you're not doing what's supposed to be done. At this point, you guys have the answers to the test. So why are we trying to figure it out on our own when the teacher slid it to us and say, "Hey, yeah, you can cheat off of this. Get your A. Make 100." But yeah, pretty much that's it. All right, guys. I'll see you again. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your families. And yeah, we'll talk on Monday.
Oh, you got game, man? You have Kyrie?
See you. See you.